We have more or less a pre-phase. We have an actual phase where it's happening. And we have a post phase. So what is happening on the pre-phase? Especially if we're doing it in business, then in the pre-phase, we want to get as much information as possible about what is going to happen. Yeah? So if it's a business talk, then we want to be prepared for that. If it's a business presentation, then usually we get an invite and we see what the topic is going to be. So why does it make sense to have that information up front? Because for a Sketchnote, we need to figure out how are we going to structure it. Yes, how much space do we need? So it's good if we have at least a little bit of information, and then up front we could already consider, maybe again using thumbnails, what type of structure or basic structure do we want to have here? Do we want to start in the middle and then move out to the edges of that page? Do we want to start somewhere down here and then have a circular design? Or is it rather the usual table format where we have maybe some topic up here and then have certain columns of information? So having a little bit of insights up front helps us to design the approach. Then in the actual phase, when we are doing it, it depends a little bit how much information is going on. So if it's the usual business talk, then we maybe have lots of time and we can just in our sketchbook, develop the sketch note as the talk progresses. So we might start with a topic here, then move over to the second topic while the talk is going, and so on. So we might, have enough time to structure and visualize stuff that is going on. And I think we know that situation from many business talks where it's, kind of taking very long and we have enough time to frame that out. If it is a conference or a TED talk or something where we have a lot of content in very limited time, then there is actually a two-step process, at least if we are beginners or amateurs, because then it's very difficult to land the Sketchnote right away. What we can do is we can partition our Sketchnote page in half or maybe in thirds, because what we can do then is on the left hand side we keep our notes about the building blocks of the talk, and on the right side then we can add up certain visuals. We can say, okay, this person actually starts the talk, he talks about a certain development, I don't know, he's then talking about a specific situation in which something dramatic happened, resulting in something, and so on. So we can use the left side for text and notes, and the right side for our first idea how the visual approach could look like. And then later on, we can do like the full-fledged version where we use structure, where we use, some kind of visual, where we use maybe some more text, where we use certain shadows, and where we use maybe also some colors to highlight stuff. So the full-fledged version then needs some more time. But the good aspect about this one is very likely people will be interested in receiving that one, because it's much better, to have a one-page note about some kind of a business meeting than a 10-page memo. So if you really more or less develop your skills and have the guts, then it might be nice to share some of that result with your company. So, but that's a little bit of a question mark, yeah, because it depends on the culture of the company, it depends on the quality of the Sketchnote, but it could be something, you know, that is valuable for a team if you have that. And the more informal the team is, the more informal the setting is, the easier it is to send stuff like this around, and people will appreciate it a lot if they can capture that talk through you through this Sketchnote.